Hello, beautiful people. My name is Dee, and welcome to my channel, Always True to Me. Yes, it has been a few months or a month since I uploaded my last video. It has been an interesting couple of months to say the least. I have been working on a few things, so stick with me to the end of the video and I will review what that is. Now, if this video has found you or you have found it, it was meant for you to find. With that being said, let's get started. Today, I am going to be discussing how I began my self love journey and the benefits of embarking on your own self love journey. So, let's begin with what is self love? Being in love with every part of yourself, taking care of your own needs, and not sacrificing your well being to please others, and not settling for less than you deserve. And being in love with all of you, even the portions of you that are flawed, that you're ashamed of, the part of you that you don't want others to see, even in love with that part of you as well. Now, don't live in the dark shadow side of yourself. We do want to heal that part of you, which that's more on shadow work, and I'll do a video on shadow work maybe a little later. But yes, being in love with all of you. Okay, now there are so many benefits to being on a self love journey and being in love with yourself and just turn all that energy toward you. Being on the journey empowers you to take control of your life, and it's about recognizing your worth and stepping into your own power. Also, you can explore your strengths, passions, and desires and gain clearer sense of purpose and direction. This journey encourages you to continue personal growth and allows you to take the steps just toward honoring yourself, just knowing your self worth. And you also learn to love and accept yourself, and it positively influences your relationships with others. A self love journey allows you to set healthy boundaries, communicate more effectively, and choose relationships that align with your values and your well being, which is so true. Like I said, you get to know like who you really are. So, little story time. So after leaving this long toxic relationship that I was in, I did a lot of self-reflecting, just trying to figure out me and who I was and what I wanted and what made me happy at the time. Because my happiness was wrapped in everyone else but me, including kids, relationships, friendships, whatever. I did a whole lot of pouring into everyone else, and I never poured nothing back into me. So I was always filling myself up to give it out to someone else at all times. So when I was finally alone, I actually just sat by myself and just asked the question, like, what makes me happy? Like, what do I want? What makes me happy? Because I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with the version of me that was showing up in the world. So I saw a video, I think it was probably Ayana, I'm sure it was Ayana, who said the people come into your life that's a reflection of you or like mirror a version of you. Not everyone, but certain, like some people do show up in your life and like reflect back to you who you are. So if you are pouring out positivity, people are showing up in your life and giving that back to you. If you're negative and all this stuff, it's going back. It's going to show up back to you. I was looking back on my past relationships and current relationship that was at that current relationship at that time because I was shocked because it was filled with toxic and negative, emotional, unavailable people that were showing up in my life. So I had to look back and see where was I doing that and how was I giving that out to the world. And I was pretty negative at that time as well, just doing a lot of things that didn't serve me, not setting boundaries, just pretty much I can just say people pleasing at that time for real. So I was expecting people to give to me what I couldn't give to them, which is crazy, very crazy. So, and you learn all about how to get this back in line as you do get on your self love journey and start to do the work. And I also know that I was like, I kind of realized I was projecting my feelings onto other people. The things that I wanted for me, I was projecting onto them. And when it was never reciprocated, I felt this type of way. Like, and it just made me feel the type of way. I wanted just to be loved and loved unconditionally. So I decided, so all that I was putting onto other people, and I wanted for me. So I chose to do it for me. So I'm not going to sit around and wait on someone else to do that for me. I did it for myself. I started loving myself unconditionally. I started showing up for myself like that instead of waiting on something else or waiting for someone else to show up, because people are just so disappointing. Not everybody, well, the people that were showing up in my life was disappointing. So I guess that's, like I said, was something I was pushing out into the world. So now, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that version of me, and I wanted to change that version of me, which then started my self-love journey. Now, at that time, I didn't really know where to start or how to start. I was Googling different things, started reading different books, watching different YouTube channels on what self love is and what to do. And so when I initially started, the first thing I did was started journaling. I just got a spiral and just did a whole brain dump. Like I would just all of my emotions, everything that I was feeling and going through, I would just write it down just to get it out. Just to put all my emotions that I was thinking and feeling at that time, just put it all down on paper. So every night before I went to bed, I would journal and just write everything out and then started writing out the version of me that I wanted. So first I would write down just all everything that would just come in my head, just how I felt, what I was going through, just write it out, and then eventually just started writing out what I wanted, what the version of me that I wanted to be. So I didn't want to be that negative person. I wanted to be this person. So I just started writing down the version, the reinventing myself, so to speak, is what I was initially trying to do. After that, I got into what I still do, meditating. I would get up early in the morning before work, just find somewhere quiet, whether it be outside or in my room, just sitting in silence, or I have like some mindful meditation going on like YouTube or whatever, 5 to 10 minutes. Now I do it sometimes up to 20 minutes a day. So for me, I had to get into a different routine. So I had to change my whole way of thinking, my whole way of just how I was going about my day. Because I mean, you can't continue to do the same thing and expect a different result. So I needed a different routine. So I started even reading books. Well, not reading. I listen to Audible. I know a book that I did um, listen to was called "You Are More Than What You Think You Are." Another book was Atomic Habits. Another one was The Morning Miracle, and Viola Davis's book, The Finding Me. That was a good book as well. It wasn't all about her self love journey. And it was kind of about her going through and how she got famous and all that stuff. But it was some shadow work that she did in that book, so it's still a good read. I'll leave like the descriptions to the books and the titles to them in my description. And I also got into crystal healing. So it was a metaphysical shop that's here that I went to, and the first crystal that I ever purchased was a rose quartz, which is known for as the healing crystal and is a stone for unconditional love. It's believed that you can have strong vibrations of love, which support emotional and relationship healing, inspired fashion, and boosts feelings of peace and calm. And I didn't even know that when I picked this crystal up. I just thought it was cute because it was pink. So I thought that was very crazy that I picked that one of all crystals. And I actually carry a citrine crystal in my pocket every day as well. And I'll have another video on my crystal work. Okay, I want you to ask yourself a question. Am I happy? Are you happy with the version of you that's showing up today at this moment? And if that answer is no, change it. If you don't like the path that your life is going down, take exit. Cross the street. Turn the page and start a new chapter. You have that power to choose you and choose different. You don't have to continue being unhappy. You have that power to take your power back. Know your worth and start honoring yourself, choosing you, and start creating a better version of you. I wasn't happy with me. I did not like the person that was showing up in the world. And like I said, and if the people that were showing up in my life, there was a reflection of what I was putting out, baby, no ma'am. And I chose to do something different. I called it reinventing me. You have that power to reinvent you as well. You have that power to choose you and do something different. Now, you can take that first step with me. I have created a ebook slash workbook, and down in the description below, there is a link to that workbook. And the ebook is a deeper dive into what self love is and benefits of self love. It's 7 chapters. It's a good ebook. It's going to help you build self esteem and help empower you to create and reinvent yourself. Now, the workbook has habit tracker. There's a journaling portion of it. There's a self care portion of it, amongst other things. So you can take that step and invest in you and invest in embarking on your self-love journey. There's another ebook down there as well called Finding and Fueling Your Purpose. So if you want to find what your life's purpose is after you do find yourself, go ahead and grab that ebook as well. I always say you are the most permanent thing in your life. Choose you always. Thank you guys for staying to the end of my video. I hope this video was helpful and will bring some inspiration to someone today. Go ahead and do grab that ebook. Reinvent yourself if you are not happy with yourself. And I will see you on the other side.